2012 Subaru Impreza. You won't believe how easy it is to change the bearings, the hubs. I couldn't believe how easy it was. Anyway, why did I change them? You hear that? I hope you can hear that. That becomes a hum on the highway. And so I heard a hum. Eventually, because there's ball bearings in here, right? This will start getting loose. So if you're humming, or if you're really, your tire is wobbly, might be time to change the hub bearing. Safety first, make sure you have some kind of something that won't let it roll away, and make sure you use jack stands. Only thing we have to take off, two things, is the caliper. You don't want to remove all of it, you just want to remove these caliper brackets. There's a 14 millimeter here, and a couple hits, and it's out. And then at the bottom there's another 14 millimeter. Probably can, I don't know if you can see it, but we can feel it. Same thing. Okay, yeah, had to get in here with a breaker bar, but that way you can see it. Not these. These. Alright, well, I'm back here. Let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and break these. Hopefully you can see them. Those 214, they're holding the hub, and I'm just going to break them a little bit so that it's easier to... Okay, that's good enough. And so now I should be able to come in with my wrench. Yep. So go ahead and take these out. You'll see. Alright, we got two of them, and these are holding the hub. You'll see when we get to the other side. Can see this? I'm on the other side, and again, took a little breaker bar. Those are 50 foot-pounds, so it took a little bit to break them, but then they come right out. So let's keep going. At this point, we can take... Oh, okay. Forgot to take that off. I was in the back. We can take this off, and without removing the ABS or anything else, easily remove it, and let's just put it back here. All right? Without... There, no need to drop anything. Now this, sometimes you have to hammer it out, but not today. Nice and easy. All right. Now we're going for the axle bolt, which you can see is notched in there. Alright, screwdriver would work, right? Or will work. Just got to get it a little bit more. And it's already loose, so little mallet, little screwdriver action. Alright, that should be good enough. Can you use a breaker bar? Absolutely. Is it better to have one of these? Yes. They're not that expensive, and boy, do they save a lot of time. All right, there it is. Okay, now, normally, this should just slide off, right? But there's a tool that you rent at AutoZone, so let me bring it. So you're trying to push the CV axle back. Now, I've seen it where you put the bolts back here, and then you hit it till this comes out. But what I don't want this to come out. I want to push that in. So here's the tool. You can rent it on Amazon, AutoZone, and they'll let you rent it for $20. And this is going to save you a lot of time and effort. So I wouldn't do it without this. It doesn't have to go flush all the way down, but you know, the further down you get it, the better. You know, just, it only goes so far, right? All right, this is where the magic happens. 19 millimeter. Again, you don't need the gun, but you see how it's pushing it in and pulling it out at the same time? And that's it. All right, now, here is where you have to be a little bit careful. You can actually snake through. Let's make sure that's out. Okay, see, it's out, right? You still got the brake lines here. And then we can put that on the ground. And let's just snake it through all the brakes and parts. So I took that off to make it lighter. Here's where Subaru makes it really simple. Voila, and it's out. You didn't have to touch any of the assembly. In fact, we're going to put it back right there. But we're going to clean it first, okay? Just don't pull on the ABS and the brakes, the sensor. And a little bit of rust, we're going to clean all that out. Get some brake cleaner, a little bit of sandpaper, and let's clean it out. Hear that noise? That's my humming, and I hate noise. This stuff is, you know, it's good for brakes, bad for people. So I usually wear gloves and I'm out. So hopefully I have another can. But you get the just clean it all out. Try to get as much of that stuff out of there. See? So it can be nice and clean, nice and shiny. Alright, so I sanded it a little bit. Clean. Nice and clean. Pretty clean. Alright, now you got to use your high temperature grease, right? And it's got to be high temperature lithium, okay? So all we're going to do is put a little bit of grease on here, not a lot. Everywhere metal touches metal, you don't want to contaminate anything, but you do want to just grease up a little bit. Okay, and really that's enough, right? And that's just going to keep contaminants out, like the rust. And it just goes around. Alright, let's get our new part too. Here's our new part. Love new parts. And you hear that? Right, no sound whatsoever. Love it. Again, I'm just putting a little bit of grease all the way around. It's just wherever metal touches metal. That's what my dad always said. So just wherever metal touches metal, we're just going to put a little bit on there. You don't want a lot, because then it'll start contaminating. All right. Now, we're going to put the brake back in, put the bolts through, and then we'll go ahead and start threading that. All right, I'm down on the floor, so this will make it easier. Get your bolts through. Okay. And remember, CV axle has some play, and of course I just grabbed that, and it had grease on it. All right. Okay, here comes this one, right? You want to just get it in place. All right, there it is. Okay, now get that on and thread it through. Hand thread. All right, now we're just gonna hand tighten them. So I got my little ratchet here. You want to tighten them pretty good because you're not gonna get 50 pounds on there with these, but you want to get close. And they tighten up pretty quick, so I don't want to hurt my hands or anything. It's nice and tight. We're gonna come back and put 50 foot-pounds on them, but that's good enough for now. A little more grease over, not a lot. It's just so that they don't stick and become one piece. Especially if you're up north where it snows a lot and they use salt. You want to put this on there, or else you'll have one big piece to take out. So anyway, see, that's not a lot, just a little. There it is. Okay, now get this bad boy in there. Okay. Then, since we didn't move this, we could just put it right back in there, hopefully. There you go. Let's get the 14mm. We're going to hand tighten these. We're going to put 48 foot-pounds on that as well. Okay, top and now bottom. All right, I almost forgot to push all this, the CV axle all the way through. As long as you can get some of it. Okay, good. Running start. Okay, that's all mine does. And it's going to be 140 foot-pounds, I believe. I'm going to have to double check that. You see where this goes down? It's not there yet. So I'm going to have to turn this a little bit more to where the original was. Wow. That's it. Okay. It is not hard. It's pretty simple, actually. So let's... no vented brake, so I can't use the screwdriver trick where I put it in there and turn it. So I'm going to have to step... Somebody's going to have to step on the brakes, and I'm going to come back. 140 foot-pounds, 48, 48. Let's tighten it up. Okay, you're going to have a helper. I'm going to set this to 140. Okay, hit the brakes. And while they hit the brakes, we're going to make sure that we... Come on. A little more, even though it says I'm going. Close enough. All right, and I put 200. That's a lot. But it's just a little bit that it went over. So anyway, 140 is what you should do. Remember, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Your education, my entertainment. So it didn't even really move that much, see? But that was enough to get it there. All right, that should do it there. That's not going to come loose. Now, take your 14mm, might need an extension. Let's get this down to 40, 48. 48, 49, 50 is what you want the rest of the bolts at. Okay, at this point, well, let me get it down there. Oh, too far. Let me go back up. Okay, so anyway, I'll get this straight. Remember, it's the 214 and then the 414 in the middle. But that's it, okay? It's that humming noise that makes a car sound old, and I hate when it sounds old. That's what's going to be taken care of. What did I do with the old one? This is the old one. Okay, that's that humming noise you don't want. So, hope this video lets you know how easy this is. It's not very hard. And if you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. That helps get the message across to other people. Please like and subscribe. Every little bit helps. Have a great rest of your day. Lug nuts are going to be 88 foot-pounds. 140, 48, 88.